Hey guys, Merry Christmas. There is a special announcement at the end of this video, so don't forget to listen to that. Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome back to the channel.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
So in the last video, we made a purchase, but wasn't a combine purchase. So in today's video, we are going to reveal what we ended up going with. So we don't have this combine with us right now, or I'd show you the actual machine, but we have signed for one, and yeah, we should have it sometime in the pretty near future. But before we do that, let's take a look at the combines that we've been fortunate enough to demo over the past couple years. We'll do that right now. So as you can see, we have demoed a CaseIH 8250, a Fendt 8T, or T8, or 8T, Class 8 Fendt, ideal, a Gleaner, and a Claas. So of those machines, we were basically pricing the same ones we demoed. So we priced a Gleaner S97, a Claas 7500, a Fendt 8T, or T8, whatever they call that.
8T.
8T. And then a Case 8250. We also priced out a John Deere 770, Class 7, and a, what was that, a New Holland, I can't remember what number that
They're
was.
Class 7, but we just didn't get with him.
So some of them we were pricing 8s and some of them were 7s. Various reasons. The Case was a demo unit, so that's just why we ended up pricing an 8. And with the Ideal, I wanted to price an 8 because you get the dual rotors when you go to a Class 8, and you get a single rotor when you're a Class 7. So that's kind of what we were pricing. Of those, we had kind of narrowed it down. Basically, Claas and Gleaner, they're towards the end. So those were the two that we were kind of looking at still. And what we were thinking when we were making this decision was dealer support. Well, those two dealers, same dealership. All those dealers that we just, or all those equipment companies we just mentioned in our area, they all have a good dealer, and they're all in the same town. They are all in Washington Courthouse, Ohio, so, or pretty close to Washington Courthouse. So not a huge wet thing one way or another there. But we were looking at ease of maintenance, cost of ownership, efficiency, and overall performance. So we've had Lexions for 2005. I believe it was Dad's first one.
I think so.
So he's had 4 and I've had 1 in that time frame. And overall, no complaints with those. Until crop prices took a turn though, we were rolling those combines every 3 years. So this is the longest we've kept one. This was the 6th season on Dad's machine. He ordered that combine brand new. We've ran it 6 years now. And the parts were starting to add up, and that's when we decided it was time to maybe, think about replacing a combine. My combine is actually a year older than Dad's, but we bought it used, so I think it's ran 6 seasons as well. We've ran it 4, so they both have pretty close to the same acres. Mine has more bushels because the previous owner just ran corn through that combine, so it's ran a lot of bushels. I think Dad's is 2.2 million bushels of grain through it or something like that. So at that stage in its life, we're starting to get a lot of parts, a lot of money in replacing those parts, and some of them are just hard to replace, like hard for us to do by ourselves. So with that said, that's kind of why we started looking at a Gleaner. Dad has ran a Gleaner before. I've never ran one until this year. In fact, the last Gleaner combine we owned on this farm was in 1990. Dad traded it for a John Deere 9500.
9500.
So it has been 30 years since we've owned a Gleaner, and next year we will be running an S97. So I guess after 30 years we're circling back to a Gleaner. That's what we're going to be going with. Like I say, it is the same dealer, so I'm not really worried about dealer support there. And yeah, I mean, price was definitely in there too. The Gleaner was priced better than the other combines mentioned. I don't think for that price difference we're missing out on a whole lot. The other combines do have more bells and whistles, but that's what makes the Gleaner simple. It doesn't have all those things. You got anything you wanted to add to that?
Well, I guess I started the Gleaner, probably and finish up with the Gleaner.
I don't know. I'm hoping to get at least 20 more years out of him.
But we still got the Claas, and I'll run it probably, and let Brian run the Gleaner probably.
Yeah, we are just trading one combine. That was something I forgot to clear up. So we'll still be running one Claas and a Gleaner. Our plan is to trade one McDon in with this package and get a AGCO draper head. So we will be going from a wing draper, which is what a McDon is, meaning there's 3 sections of that thing that float. And we will be going to a flex cutter bar, which is what the AGCO draper is. When we ran that one, we were pretty impressed with it. I think there's going to be some things we're not going to like about it, but I mean, it's kind of give and take. If it and the McDon are basically the same price. I think with the McDon there's going to be some things we don't like, and with that one there's going to be some things we don't like. So just kind of wanted to try something different.
Yeah, you want to thank the dealers we went to.
Yeah, I do want to thank everyone that gave us a price. Like I said, nothing personal against any dealer. This is just what we wanted to go with. We do have a lot of history with Ohio Ag Equipment. That's who we're getting this machine through. So I mean, that was definitely something that made us feel comfortable. We know what to expect from them guys. I know you've seen them a lot at our farm in the past year. Like I said, that's because our machines are getting some age to them. Had several people kind of bashing our combines as being junk, but I mean, they've got a lot of bushels to them. They got a lot of acres on them. So I mean, I think that's just, you know, kind of be expected as a combine ages. They take a beating. I mean, there's a lot of stuff moving there. But with the Gleaner though, we end up going with a Class 7 only because, like I know I mentioned when we did the Gleaner review that we would probably go with an S98 if we went with the Gleaner. The main reason we did not do that is because an S97 and an S98 are the exact same combine, only the S98 has more horsepower. So sometimes when you go to a different class size like that, they may have the same engine, but when you go up a size, you may be getting heavier drives and stuff like that. I don't think you do with a Gleaner. I think they are just horsepower differences. So our thought was, we're going to get the 97, we'll run it till the warranty's out, and if we need more power, we'll figure a way to get more power. That's kind of what we went with the 7. There's I think a $30,000 upcharge to go to that 8, and to me, to have someone tune it, I mean, that's basically all it is a different tune on that combine's computer, giving it that extra power. So it's kind of why we chose that machine. Also, by going with AGCO, we had purchased a couple AGCO machines last year, and we'd done that 11 months ago. So we were still getting what's called a multi-unit discount. So that did help with the Gleaner pricing also. I think our multi-unit, we were basically getting 5% off the top price. I believe it's how it works, wasn't it?
Like that.
And I think you can max out a multi-unit. I mean, it depends on what all you've bought, but that's where we were this year. So that also influenced our decision a little bit, but that wouldn't be like the deciding factor, I don't think. I mean, yeah, money's money, but if you're buying a product that's no good, I mean, it doesn't matter. But I'm pretty excited for the next harvest season.
Yeah, we still got, you know, one Claas, and we'll see how the Gleaner goes. And, you know, if we don't like it, or it ain't big enough, we think, well, next time we'll trade back for a Claas, or for mine when I trade it off, maybe we'll trade for Claas. But so far, I think that's what Brian wanted to do, the boys wanted to do, so I think it's a good decision. We'll find out, I guess.
I'll tell you, the last couple weeks we were really back and forth. One day we would, all right, we're going to get another Claas. We're going to get a 7500 Claas. Okay. And then we'd think about it for a day, and we'd go right back to a Gleaner. And then at one point we were looking pretty hard at a John Deere, and at one point we were looking pretty hard at a Case. So it was a lot of back and forth. It wasn't the easiest decision we've ever made. I don't feel like with any of those machines we could have went wrong. I think they all make a I think pretty much these days anybody makes a pretty good like any of the big companies make a pretty good combine, or they still wouldn't be selling combines. When Dad was my age, it might have been easier for someone to sell a junk combine because there wasn't as much interaction between other farmers. I mean, you couldn't get on the internet and see what other people were doing on the other side of the country with that machine. So I don't think we would have went wrong either way, but this just fit our operation better. The Gleaner, it uses the same monitor as the tractor, so we're pretty used to it.
And we can put the ag leader in it.
Yeah, we will be running an ag leader system in it. So we'll be taking the ag leader unit out of the combines getting traded. We are trading my 740, the 2014. We're taking that whole system out, putting it on the Gleaner. So our card ace will still work, our display cast will still work, and yeah, that should be pretty handy.
As far as corn head, we're going to possibly switch my corn head, the folding corn head, put adapter on it and try it on the Gleaner probably. We'll see what happens if prices keep going up. Maybe we might end up buying a corn head later on this before harvest. But for right now, that's what kind of plans are.
Yeah, so if we do that, like right now the plan is to run an 8-row on the Claas and a 12-row on the Gleaner. I think the Claas is probably still, I mean, I know it still has more capacity in corn, but like I've told people, we're not set up for that capacity. So like I feel like we have a Corvette, but we're on roads that we can only drive like a Monte Carlo. I mean, our Claas we can run, 4,500 bushel an hour pretty easily in good corn. That's the thing, you have to have good corn for that too. We can't keep up with 4,500 bushel an hour. And I think the Gleaner will run 4,000 bushel an hour, so, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to get that kind of average, unless you got to have good corn, a 12-row head, a big head, and 250 plus corn to get 4 or 5.
And bigger fields, that's another thing. A lot of our fields, I mean, yeah, we have some big fields. We also have a lot of them that, I mean, if we hammered out 4,000 or 5,000 bushel an hour, we'd be done in an hour. So it wouldn't really matter. I mean, you wouldn't.
I gotta have something to do. Take it easy.
But our thought was, even though the Claas is a higher capacity corn machine, we don't want to have the brand new combine sitting there with an 8-row. We want to run the bigger head and put the most hours on the Gleaner. Another thing about the Gleaner, it is going to be under warranty for 4 years. So that's not something that was offered with the other manufacturers, at least as a manufacturer warranty. I'm sure you could buy like a aftermarket warranty for them, but with a 4-year warranty, like basically all we have to do is put grease in the automatic greaser that's on the combine and grease the other fittings that don't go to that greaser, and that's it. So, I mean, we want to use it the most in those 4 years for sure. So yeah, on that warranty, we got the Gleaner Care Package and the 4-year warranty. So basically with that Gleaner Care Package, we only have to service it for the first 3 years, I think, and then I think it's a 4-year warranty after that. Or it's a 4-year warranty with a 3-year service package, I believe is how that works. So it's just one less thing we have to worry about, which is pretty nice.
And one thing will be a lot less weight on the field, that's for sure, because they're a lot lighter and hopefully a lot better sample. Doesn't grind the corn as bad as what our Lexion does. And I know the Lexion you could set it, get a little better, but and I know the new ones I think will do a little better, but we're going to see what happens. We're going to try it, see what happens this Gleaner.
Yeah, that is my one regret, is I was really curious how the new Lexion would perform. I mean, don't get us wrong, we don't dislike our Lexions. I mean, like I said, we're still running one. And if we run this Gleaner and it doesn't work out for us, when we trade that combine, it might get traded for a Lexion. I don't know. But I was kind of looking forward to, really.
Or a Fendt.
Or a Fendt, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
Yeah, a lot can happen between now and then. But I was kind of looking forward to really putting all those 7,500 Claases through their paces. But I don't know, pretty excited for the Gleaner also. I know the Gleaner kind of has like a reputation. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen the comment "silver seeder" in the comments, but I've ran one this year. So has Dad, and I don't have any bias one way or another. And I didn't see where it was seeding any more than any other combine that I've ran, of the other combines that I've ran.
Well, it did a good job. I mean, we checked her back, thrown out, and it.
Like in my opinion,
adjusted it good.
If it can run as good as a Claas as far as gloss, I think that's as good as it's going to get, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I've seen the videos. They got videos out, the Gleaner Road Show, and they compare it to 740, I believe. They've run, or Class 8,
750.
750 to S98. And the Gleaner stayed right up there with it. Fuel economy is a little bit better. the samples. It was a little cleaner, and it's kind of interesting to watch that. And maybe they brainwash you, I don't know, but it was interesting.
I mean, it is an AGCO sponsored video. I mean, AGCO puts that video out, but it is a interesting series. So if you don't know what we're talking about when you get done with this video, search Gleaner Roadshow, and they do one every year. I don't know if they did one in 2020.
I don't think so, but they do like 4 or 5, go around the country, harvesting different places. And it's interesting. They've done it for, I think, 10 years or so. It's kind of interesting to see that in different parts of the country.
Yeah, we watched that a lot in the past couple weeks. I mean, every time I come in, right now, it is on the big TV up right here in front of me. Dad is watching it when I got here, so do like that resource. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have any more loss or any. I don't see that being an issue at all. And one thing I couldn't get over is we got in that machine, and I had never ran a Gleaner combine. I mean, I had been in a Fendt, and the controls were very similar, but it's a completely different design. A Fendt is a dual rotor combine. A Gleaner is a transverse rotor combine, so completely different style. And we had that thing set really good within 5 minutes. I mean, we had the sieves wide open, and it was a crystal clear sample. Very, very clean sample. In fact, when we were running soybeans, Larry called us, or Larry texted me and said the Claas must have broke down. I was like, yeah, said because the beans were that clean. So it was very simple to set. You can set a 740 and get it really clean, but you have to adjust a lot of stuff. And that one, it just seemed like you didn't. I mean, it was very clean, very fast, and very little splits. I know when we were taking loads of town out of the field for beans, I was splitting a lot, like anywhere from 10 to 20%.
No, it wasn't that high. But it was high.
That's what my tickets were saying.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Claas, or the Gleaner, probably close to 0. We never took any out of the field, but you could not see the splits in that sample.
That was operator error there.
Well, they were double crops. They were hard to thresh, but they were dry.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the big decision, folks. That's what we're going with. We should have the machine by long before wheat harvest. I think it's supposed to be built here pretty soon, and yeah, we'll have some Gleaner action next year. So I guess we are officially in the Gleaner cult now.
Yeah, that's right. We're in the cult.
So Gleaner, we're going to need another one of these hats because we only have one. If you're listening, I'll prefer the black one myself. This is actually Dad's hat, just for video purposes. But thanks for watching, folks. Like I say, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a good afternoon with your families. And yeah, we'll get back to some farm action after the holidays and the weather get fit. It's actually snowing pretty good right now.
Yeah, it's snowing out good.
But,
thanks to the other dealers, Bain Walker, Mayor, and
Ag Pro.
And thanks for their information and pricing, and maybe next time.
You forgot Baxla.
In Baxla, courthouse, Ag Pro's courthouse, and of course Tyler's at Wooster. But thanks to all of them for giving us prices and trying to sell combine to us.
Yeah, everybody was super eager and super willing, so that was good. There's kind of sucks when you're trying to buy something and someone doesn't care if they sell it to you. But no complaints on the salesman. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. I don't know if this will. It fit under the tree.
Yeah, the one I bought did. The one you bought ain't gonna fit on the tree.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big treat. Maybe we can put this on top of the combine.
Okay.
Hey guys, since today's Christmas and we still have some giveaway boxes, we're gonna give some away. So to be eligible, leave us a comment in the video, and we're gonna do a live stream tomorrow. Probably gonna be around 8 or 9 o'clock, depending on what time the kiddos go to bed. And yeah, we'll give away some boxes. I don't know how many we're going to give away in this video. We'll give away the rest in the live stream. So yeah, we'll see you then. Does anybody else's house look like this? Holy cow.